Good morning and happy Sabbath, everyone. It's good to see everyone this morning. The health ministry invited me to join them in the ranks, and I'm up here this Sabbath, and I have a really good topic for us, and I pray that it'll be a blessing for all who gets to hear. So the topic is brain nutrition, and brain nutrition. So that is our brain filled. That's, of course, that's not what our brain looks like, right? But that's the idea. We want to kind of have that image in our mind of that's kind of how we want to see our brain, right? Because we are what we eat. And our brain is also intaking that which we eat. Brain nutrition helps with depression and anxiety. Depression and anxiety is very common in the world today, and many of us struggle with those issues. Sometimes it's obvious, when someone's struggling with depression or anxiety, you can see them crying, they'll be sad. Maybe you won't hear from them for a while. You notice behavior is kind of different. But I mean, it's also something silent that we struggle with at home by ourselves, and it's very real. It's very real, and so Dr. Nedley, he has he specializes in this area. And today I just want to share a few things from his findings. So this slide right here says, brain nutrition also makes a good brain into a far better brain. So brain nutrition doesn't only help us when we have a weak brain, but it also makes our brain a far better brain. Some people don't necessarily eat healthy and they don't necessarily struggle with emotional issues, but if they would focus on brain nutrition, they would reach an optimized level and it would make their good brain into a far better one. There's just a little side note of what Dr. Nedley says. So he has a program called Optimize Your Brain, and he talks about nutritional hits. So you can see here in this picture that the brain is taking a blow. So a nutritional hit is also a blow to the brain. And you think, oh, that would hurt, right? I mean, it's just the brain. We don't even see like our, the protection that's around the brain. So if you can imagine just our brain, getting hit, taking a blow like that. So if sometimes our emotional issues have an underlying cause, like a nutritional hit or a blow to the brain. And just to give a little example is a boxer. A boxer, he might take too many hits to the head, and then what happens? He goes down, right? So a boxer might go down. So this is the same and true when you have too many nutritional hits, you take an emotional blow to the brain, which can lead to depression and anxiety. So nutritional hits are mostly overlooked, and they cause a diminished mental power. They can have profound effects, and once nutrition change is adopted, it takes 7 to 10 days. So, we're encouraged to make the nutritional change in our lives. And, if you don't see something right away, you have to give it time, right? So you'll see a change beginning to take place from 7 to 10 days once you make that change in your nutritional intake. And you will see a gradual improvement will continue, and then you will reach a peak improvement from 3 to 6 months after. So you got to be consistent. Consistency is a thing. And remember what your goal is to see your mental health improve. So clues of nutrition hits. Right here we have this slide. It says lots of junk food and meat. So if we were to take a dietary inventory, we would see, and if we saw a lot of junk food and a lot of meat, this would be a clue, right? This would be a clue that we are having a nutritional hit. Also, signs of carb addicts. So to understand maybe sometimes why we might crave carbs, especially when we're feeling emotionally down, we look for those comfort foods or whatnot. It's because the sugar temporarily increases serotonin levels, helping a person to feel better in the moment. So, I mean, there is a reason why we might, seek after those things, but it's just a temporary fix. Just like chocolate can improve serotonin and dopamine levels temporarily. So it temporarily fixes your emotional struggle, but it is not long-term and is actually harmful when we keep choosing those certain things. So these are reasons why people with emotional issues may drink lots of soda, eat a lot of chocolate and carbs. There is an emotional intelligence issue, says Dr. Nedley, in the world today. And if people would not try to self-medicate their issues or their problems with the wrong foods, we might not have this pandemic of obesity and other health issues in the world today. So the next picture, this is another nutritional hit, and it's low B12 and low folate levels. So B12 levels are optimal for brain health. And Dr. Nedley says that a level of 500 or better is what he likes to see in his patients. And a folate level of greater than 15 is a healthy level. So with everybody, people are different, and so these hits are different in everyone. And there's also another nutritional hit of insufficient tryptophan. And so with tryptophan, what it does is it converts to serotonin and niacin, I believe, and it can be inhibited so that the conversion of tryptophan to these other things can be inhibited by stress and insulin resistance, and also if we have a deficiency in magnesium and vitamin B12 and a light deficiency also, those things can affect that. So just a few things there to take note on. So the next picture, what can I do? What can I do, if we're having these struggles, or if we do a self-evaluation and see that, hey, these nutritional hits, are related to what's going on in my life? Well, for one, we can definitely work on reducing or eliminating junk food. And two, we could choose a healthier option. There's always a healthier option. We got to weigh the pros and the cons from whatever option or choices that we have in front of us. We can also find our favorite smoothie recipe. Instead of ice cream, it's just, an option. Have those things readily available for yourself, because yourself, and if I go home at the end of the day, I might want something for comfort, and I might want to dig into Bluebell or what have you. But if we have things readily available, like your favorite smoothie recipe, that's a great, action plan to have in place. So I just want to encourage you this morning to look to the Lord, because he has a great plan for you and he wants to heal you. And this is just a small list of things but there are many things that we can do, because the Lord is always available to help us, and his desire is to see us in good health. Thank you.